Hi everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to our Monday video. Welcome to the first day of spring, which is lovely, and here at least it is very, well, it looks like spring outside. It is not weather-wise spring outside. But anyway, it looks beautiful. My name is Bev McCullough of Flamingo Toes, and I'm super excited to be here with you today in our Country Daisy sew-along. We are having a blast sewing up this Country Daisies quilt, and we are almost done. Next week is our last week, which is very sad. I always get so sad when we get to the end of a sew-along, but we have more exciting things ahead, so we're gonna just dive into something else soon after. So I hope you're having a lovely first day of spring. Like I said, it looks beautiful outside. It's very sunny and lovely looking, but it's like 35 degrees, so it doesn't feel like spring. And it's also my husband's birthday today, so yay, happy birthday, Doug. Super excited about that. We're gonna go out to dinner tonight and have hamburgers, so it'll be really fun. And I hope that you guys are all doing well and staying, well, it's been a weird winter, right? Like, what's even going on with the weather? We don't know. So I hope you're staying warm, at least if you're not enjoying warm weather, at least maybe inside cuddled up under a quilt with maybe a cat and a book. Because I can think of a lot worse ways to spend time. So let's see who's here. I want to say hi. So Denine's here from O'Fallon, Illinois. What a fun place to live. It sounds fun, Denine. I don't know if it's fun or not. And Judy's here. Sherry's here. It's sunny and windy and cold. Yes, I agree. Same. We don't have the wind today, which is shocking because I seem to live in a wind tunnel. We didn't know that when we bought this land, but we know it now. What are you gonna do? And Dolores is here, Leslie's here. Raining in Seattle, but daffodils are blooming. Oh, that sounds nice, Leslie. We had daffodils I think we're at the tail end of daffodils. I've still seen some around here, but most of them are gone. And we've had these weird, like, late freezes. Well, I suppose it's not late since it's the first day of spring, but it got nice and everything bloomed and decided it was spring, and then it's kind of gotten cold, so it was a little bit of like confusion happening. Morgan's here, Molly's here. Let's see who's over on Facebook. We have Allison from cloudy Arizona. Hey, Allison. Wendy's here. Dawn. Hi, Melissa. And Dawn says Minnesota's still looking like a lot like December. Okay, I kind of assumed that. Dawn, when does it get nice in Minnesota? I've never been to Minnesota. I don't enjoy the cold, Dawn. This is not my thing. So tell us when it gets nice there. Oh, and Wendy said happy birthday to my husband. That's super sweet. Hey, Amy's here. Hey, Amy. And Amy has snow. Oh, that sounds not so nice, Amy. I don't love that. Carrie says it's cold in Nova Scotia on the first day of spring, but sunny. Okay, so we're twins, Carrie. Nice. Okay, y'all, this has been such a great sew-along. We are doing, sorry, I got to do something here real quick. Okay, my laptop wasn't plugged in, and that would have been sad because we would have lost our stream partway through. That would have been bad. Okay, so we have been sewing up the Country Daisies quilt. Let's take a look at that fun quilt. So here's what our quilt looks like. We have made up all of the blocks. There's been 5 weeks of block sewing. And today we are working on our center top assembly. So that is really just sewing those blocks together, and then we will do our borders next week. So it really doesn't take a whole lot of time to sew the block together, the center top that we're going to do this week, because all the sashing between each block is built into the blocks. So that's really fun and saves you a lot of time at this point. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to add those things in, but now you've got them all ready to sew together. So that's lovely. So today we're going to talk about sewing together the center top, and I have some tips for you, but this isn't going to be a super long video because I'm not going to sew the entire quilt top together with you guys on the screen. And then next week we're going to talk about borders. There's actually 3 borders It doesn't quite look like it on the picture there, but there is a background border that's like an inner border. Then there's a print border, and then there is another background border, and then your binding goes on top of that. So, yeah, that's what we have left. I can't believe we're almost done. So we have some fun things ahead, and I don't have them written out yet. I'm going to have posts about those this week, but I will just kind of give you an update, like schedule-wise. So next week will be our last week of our sew-along. Let me pull up a calendar because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. So next week will be the last week of our sew-along. That'll be the 27th. And then I'm going to take a Monday off, the 3rd, because the next day I am going to Utah. I'm going to go visit my girlfriend's quilt shop. If you haven't checked them out, they are fabulous, you guys. They're a shop based out of Utah, but you can buy fabric online, and they have these amazing Wednesday like live sales on Facebook. Super fun, you guys, and I'm going to be there for that. So I'll definitely share about that next week and give you guys a link to their Facebook page, but that's just a little update for you. And then, let's see, so that's the 3rd. Then we have the 10th, where we're going to have, I'm going to show you guys Sweet Acres fabrics, and we're going to talk about all the things coming up and projects and quilts, and it's going to be super fun, you guys. I'm going to show you my quilts. I'm going to talk about the fabric. It's going to be great. And the 17th, I'm unsure about. We're going to either do like a very short project, or we'll have a week off. I will let you know for sure. And then the 24th kicks off our next sew-along, which is for the Meadowland quilt. So it's going to be a very fun, farm-inspired, and by farm, it's got a barn on it, but it doesn't, so you can do it in any colors you like. But I do have fabric that I designed to go with that pattern, and also we will have quilt kits from Riley Blake for that as well. They will be available soon. I don't have any of the fabric or kits in my shop yet, but I will definitely keep you guys posted as they come about. So that's very fun. I can't wait to sew that up with you. It's going to be great. That's our little update on timing. Susie's here. Hey, Susie. So I want to show you guys a couple things first, and then we'll dive into giveaways, and then we'll talk about our center top assembly. So I want to show you a little sneak peek of Sweet Acres. I have gotten a little bit of the yardage, so I didn't pull it all out because we're going to do that next time, well, at that other video. But I wanted to show you this because it's really cute. This is one of the mains in Sweet Acres, and this is kind of a minty green color. And I just want to talk about the things that I love, because I designed this to kind of be a Tennessee print, even though it doesn't say that necessarily. But these are big magnolia leaves, and you know how if you've seen a magnolia tree, how sometimes the leaves look gold depending upon the type of magnolia, and then sometimes they look super green. And then in the summer we have Queen Anne's lace growing all over it's a weed, but I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's just like this pretty, very delicate little flower growing by the sides of the roads. Our first summer after we moved here, we lived closer to the Smokies, over by Knoxville, and we drove over to the Smokies, and I just remember driving through the Smokies and just seeing the fields lined with Queen Anne's lace and just thinking, okay, this is maybe the best place on earth. So I had to include some, and then of course we have all kinds of little daisies and other flowers because it's summer and we like florals, right? But I'm so excited because this is a little bit of a farmish print. There's the floral, of course, but then there's going to be some farm animals on a couple of the prints. So I was really excited about my selvage here, and I wanted to show you guys the selvage this week, and I'll go over this again. But look how cute the selvage is, you guys. It's rows of little farm animals. Right? So I feel like we should do some sort of selvage project. I don't know what they are, but I'm really in love with my little farm animals. And I'm so tickled about how they look, so I wanted to show you. So there's a cow and a sheep and a pig and a chicken, and then they just repeat, you know, in the colors that are in the print. So of course not every print will be as colorful as this if it's a few less colors, but the manes and the animals and things like that are pretty colorful selvages. So Anyway, I thought that if you guys have suggestions for selvage projects, I would love to hear them because I just feel like we should do something with this, right? Oh, yay. Dawn says she loves the main floral. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Melissa said the walls of her great room are mint colored and the fabric is pulling her in. Yay! I love that. That sounds awesome. I have shades of green in my house too, Melissa. I love it. I love the kind of, I don't know, have you guys seen jadeite before? Just that really pretty like vintage green. It's like dishes and dinnerware, and it's the original stuff that's old and not reproduction is crazy expensive. I have a few jadeite pieces, but that's kind of what this color makes me think of. So Dawn says maybe a mug rug with selvage. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Oh, Deneen likes it. Oh, Mary, your mom turned 91 today. Well, your mom and my husband have the same birthday. I love it. Well, happy birthday to your mama. All right, let's see. Dolores said Mississippi is the magnolia state, and she has 2 magnolia trees in her yard. Yay, Dolores! We have one. We did plant. We love magnolias, so we did plant one. Ours is not very big because it's a baby magnolia. It's very wee. So anyway, I also want to show you my block from last week for the RBD block challenge. It's kind of gotten wrinkly because I've set other blocks on top of it. But this is the Star Blossom block from Fran Gulick, and it's beautiful, you guys. It's such a pretty block, and you can have a lot of fun with this one as far as color layouts. So this is last week's block. We have another block being released tomorrow, which is really pretty. It's designed by Sue Daly, and it'll be really fun to do. I was gonna give a hint, but I'm not supposed to, so pretend I didn't say anything about that. So anyway, this is really fun, and I'm just loving how my blocks are, oh, that's my block. I'm loving how my blocks are coming together. I feel like they're colorful without being like, well, I like color anyway. So I was going to say like a Skittles bag, but even if it was like a Skittles bag, I wouldn't really care. I just really love colorful quilts. You guys know that, right? This one is gorgeous. I love this block. It was Jill Finley's block, and I can't remember now what it's called. Some sort of star. But anyway, if you guys aren't familiar with the RBD Block Challenge, it is Riley Blake's mystery quilt-along that they hold every year, starting in January, and it goes till about May, I think sometime in May, because we have a full, sometime later in May. So even if you've never heard of it before and you're just joining in, you can still dive in. People are still joining in all the time. Everything about it's free, and they still have access to all the 2022 and 2021 blocks. So, oh, I'm not even in the screen. So if you wanted to change out a block, so maybe you have a block that you don't love, you can change it out with any of the other blocks from previous years. So they're all the same size blocks. So that's a 10-inch finished or 10.5-inch unfinished block. And it's just really fun to sew along with. So, and I'm sewing with my Dainty Daisy fabrics, and I have as my background Hush Hush 2. It's my little Sweet Spools print. So you can really see the thread spools on this one. You can see how cute they look. All the little multicolored thread spools. There's like blue and peach and green and pink. It's really fun. So that is my RBD Block Challenge blocks. So I feel like I'm leaning now. Sorry guys, I realized I wasn't on the camera. Silly me. Oh, thanks Wendy. Oh yay. Okay, so Mary says she collects jadeite. It used to be easy to find, then Martha Stewart decided she liked it. Now I don't find good deals. Yeah, it's really hard to find a good deal on jadeite, Mary. and not worry that you're buying a reproduction. Dolores says the blocks are pretty and she has trouble deciding which color goes in each position. That is hard with a mystery, Dolores. I totally get you. Are you in the RBD Block Challenge Facebook group? If you're not, you can find a link to that Facebook group in every one of my posts about RBD Block Challenge. And the cool thing about that is even if you're not using the same fabrics as everyone else, you can kind of look at everyone else's fabrics as inspiration for fabric placement. So you can kind of see, oh, she put darks here and I have dark, so it would look good if I did that, and you would have, you know, a certain color scheme going there. Or you can see like, oh, okay, she made these points a little bit light, and I feel like I should do mine dark. So it helps to just kind of almost look at color values a little bit and just inspiration in that Facebook group, because there are so many different fabric lines that people are using. You can sew with anything you'd like, of course. So it's just really inspiring that way, and also makes you want to buy a lot of fabric because you see everybody else's block and you're like, oh, I really need whatever it is that she's using. So anyway, definitely join that Facebook group if you're not already in there, and kind of just look at it, look at other people's blocks from that eye, not just the pretty fabrics, but how they've laid out their fabrics. So, oh, and Dolores, oh good, she'll get in the group. Good. I think you'll find it really inspiring. It's very fun. So, should we talk about giveaways? Every week we do a giveaway, which is my way of saying thank you guys for tuning in. I know you have a lot of choices out there for who you spend your time with when you're quilting, and I just appreciate you hanging out with me. So we have just a little like thank you giveaway as part of our sew-alongs, and it's just fun, and it's super easy to enter. All you have to do is leave a comment on the video, and you can do that over in my Facebook group where I'm streaming live, or YouTube, also streaming live, and then you can do it later in the week at either of those places as well, as long as you are doing it before the following Monday when I announce the winners. So just easy peasy, leave a comment and you're entered. So last week we had a really fun giveaway. We have this 10-inch stacker of South Hill, which is this is Fran Gulick's. We had her block last week in the block challenge, and it doesn't look super pink on the screen. I don't know why it's not. It's a pastel-y pink, but it is a really pretty pink. Here's a little bit more of the shades. You can see the shades of that without the glare. It's hard to have a glare on the packaging here, but really pretty navies, peaches, pinks, some different shades of blue and gray. It's a gorgeous collection, you guys. I really love it. It's called South Hill. You can find it in stores now, so if you want to pick up, you know, a pre-cut of this or yardage, you can check it out. It's beautiful. And I also have for the winner some of Lori's little Be Cute ribbon. This is her Be Cute set of 3 different ribbons, and they're like a cream, a blue, and a pink, and they have little hearts and measuring tapes on them, and there are 2 yards of each print for 6 total yards. So you can wrap up your packages with that. You could do a project with it, a cute little bag. Oh, that would be so fun. Do like a set of like zipper bags in different sizes and use that ribbon on it. Oh, I love that idea. And then I also have this cute little Liberty pin cushion. Oh, we're awful glary. It's very sunny out today, you guys. So this is the Liberty pin cushion, and it's just really, really cute. Made with Liberty fabrics and a little felt, let's see, a felt leaf on top, and it's just darling. So that giveaway goes to Drew Boynton. So Drew was watching last week, and you're the winner this week. If you are Drew and you see this, hopefully you see this, send me an email, bev@flamingotoes.com, with your mailing address to claim your prize. And remember that if you enter a giveaway, make sure you check next week's video to see if you are the winner, because I can't hunt people down. So if you haven't checked and I haven't heard from somebody in a few weeks, then the prizes go back in the prize kitty. So definitely, definitely do check for prizes. Okay, so I have a fun kit for you guys for this week's giveaway. This is, I'm going to take it out of the bag. Well, I'll hold it up so you can see it better. So this is a runner kit that is a partnership with Christopher Thompson and Baby Lock, and it is filled with fabric from his, whoa, sorry, I almost threw that at you, from his Saturday in Paris collection. And look at these beautiful fabrics. Aren't they gorgeous? So it comes with, where's the zipper? It comes with the pattern to make this beautiful table runner, and I can't get it out of the bag, and the instructions, of course. Look at this, you guys. Oh, it's very light. It's very bright in here. There is that beautiful runner. There's, it's hard to see. It's very light. But there, let's see if I do it this way. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so the sun coming in the windows is blinding us, I guess. So here's what the runner looks like. And look at those beautiful prints and stars. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's so pretty. So you get everything that is in here. Let me see what you have in here. So it has all the information. It has the fabric. I believe it has everything in the kit except for the backing fabric. I do not believe it is, I don't believe that, I'm not sure about the binding. Let's see. Bind with hexi. Oh, so it does have the binding fabric in it as well. So everything you need to make this gorgeous runner except for your backing and your batting. Isn't that so pretty? So that is this week's prize. You guys look at this main print. Oh, his florals are so gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love these little roses. This is, even though it's a navy, would be beautiful as a spring or summer runner on your table. Or you could put it on a wall. I have no problems with using runners as wall decor either. I think they're beautiful. So that is this week's prize, this very, very cute little kit. And all you have to do to enter to win is leave a comment on the video. So how great is that? It's called the Weather Vane Table Runner. And I believe it is, the pattern is exclusive to this kit that is the partnership with Riley Blake and Baby Lock. So definitely check that out. If you want to purchase the kit, you could check with your local Baby Lock retailer and see if they still have it. Okay, and then before we start, isn't it beautiful, Dolores? I love it. Wendy said she made 2 baby girl quilts with that fabric. Oh, I bet those were gorgeous, Wendy. And Dawn said Christopher has such great fabric designs. He really does. He's such a great guy. So talented. Okay, one more little fun thing to share with you guys before we do tips, and that is this bundle of Easter patterns. So I have joined with 8 other designers, and we have put together this really cool Easter project bundle of patterns. So it's just patterns. It doesn't include kits or anything like that. But these projects are so cute, you guys. Look at how fun they are. I love the bags and the pillows, and oh my gosh, that placemat. There's embroidery. There's all sorts of projects. They're all so cute. This bundle is only available for like another day and a half, so you don't have a lot of time, and then it won't be available ever again. And the price is crazy. I think the total for all these patterns is close to $100, and they're selling it for $20. I think it's $19.99 US. So it's so fun. I think the purchasing shows in Australian dollars, but then it automatically converts when it charges you, so you don't worry about that part of it. But it's a beautiful collection and so fun, you guys. So if you really like any of these patterns, I highly recommend. I mean, even if you're just going to make 2 of them, it's a great deal because you would get all the extra ones for the same charges as the price is making just 2 of them. So again, I have the link in today's video description if you want to check out that Easter Makers pattern bundle, and definitely look at how cute. If you go there, you can see all the projects bigger as well and who the designer of each project is. Mine is the very cute little bunny on the top right. So the little bunny embroidery, she looks a little bit like my needle minder. That's my project. So it's a really great bundle. And again, the pricing will show in Australian dollars, but it works out to around $19.95 US dollars. So definitely check that out, and don't wait because it's only available for another day and a half. Okay. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you guys like it. Sherry says she needs to check it out. So the bundle is linked in today's video description. So check that out. And while you're looking at the links, if you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my other videos. I don't say that often enough. Oh, Marie's here, traveling doing the All Florida Shop Hop. Oh my goodness, Marie, that sounds like so much fun. I love it. I love it. We don't have a whole lot of shops here. In fact, I don't even know I need to go down to Nashville and see if I can find some shops. We had one that was close to us here and she closed, which was very sad. So we just don't have a lot of shops. But I'm looking forward to going to Utah in a couple weeks and visiting their shop. Okay, so let's talk about our quilt kit. Really, I just have a couple tips for you guys. As I said, with the Country Daisies kit, quilt, all the sashing is built into the assembly of the quilt. And I'm sorry, I'm going to get this pattern here real quick. And so it sews together really quickly and easily because you're going to sew your rows together. And just to avoid confusion, your rows are not all the same height. So rows 1, 3, and 5 are going to be a bigger row because they are made with bigger blocks. And then rows 2 and 4 are going to be a little bit narrow row. And so you're going to turn those number 4 and number 5 blocks that we made over the last 2 weeks either horizontally or vertically in order to fit the row that they're going in. So if they're going in rows 1, 3, and 5, they're going to be vertical. If they're in rows 2 or 4, they're going to be horizontal. So it's very easy to put together. There aren't even a whole lot of seams to line up. You'll have, of course, the block seams between each block as you do the rows. But other than that, there's not a whole lot, because we built that sashing in, there's not a whole lot of seam matching that you have to do other than where each block ends. So it goes together pretty quickly. So I want to encourage you just to pay close attention to the layout in the pattern booklet because it has the directions and how to turn the blocks and which blocks to use where. And again, this quilt doesn't really have an up and down. So if you haven't worried about directional fabrics in your blocks, then you don't really even need to worry about that when you're putting your blocks together. My other tip would be to make sure that you line up your seams between each block because that's going to give you that symmetrical layout that you want. But the other thing is to try and make sure that your seams are pressed, that your blocks are pressed well before you start sewing them together. You don't want to sew your blocks together and have those seams that are like in the flying geese blocks or anything like that to get kind of bunched up as you sew. So if you do another good press of your blocks before you go to sew them together, you're more likely to have those seams lie flat, and that way when you sew over them, you know, you're sewing them to the next row, you don't have them be clumped up, because that can be kind of, even if you can't see it from the outside, when you go to press those rows, it can leave like a bunch of fabric there, and that can make quilting it not so much fun if you hit like a clump of 8 fabrics bundled together or something like that. So just things to be aware of. Pay attention to layout and give your blocks a good press, especially that flying geese block that was block number, what number was that? 2. Just give that one a really good press before you start sewing it into the seams, because into the rows, because that way all those extra flying geese blocks will lay nice and play nice with the others. Okay, so really, you guys, that's all I really have. Let's see what Melissa said. She says she's debating using the rest of her fat quarter bundle for a scrappy border or using a yard of fabric that coordinates but is from a different fabric line. Oh, Melissa, I think either would be really great. I love that idea. If you decide to use the yard of fabric, you could use the rest of your fat quarter bundle for a smaller quilt too, just as an option. I think a scrappy bundle would be really pretty though. Let's see. So Rhonda's checking for me. Shows that Nashville has 18 quilt shops listed, Memphis has 5, and Knoxville has 15. Well, I've been to 1 or 2 over in Knoxville, but I guess I need to go shopping in Nashville. Does anybody want to do a shop hop in Nashville with me? Let's go shopping. All right, you guys. I'm sorry for our shortness this week, but there's just not much to putting together the center top. It's a nice, easy one, and we don't have to worry too much about those blocks. So I hope that you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. I will be back next Monday with tips on borders and finishing up our quilts. We want to get, since we have 3 borders, we want to get them laying as nice and flat as possible so that we don't end up with a wonky quilt. Everybody hates those pointy corner quilts, don't we? We've all done it, but nobody likes it. So anyway, oh yes, Rhonda's coming for a shopping trip. I love it. Oh, Mary says she's heading to Nashville for a long armor class next week. Woohoo! I love it. All right, y'all. You guys have a fabulous week. I will see you next Monday for tips, and make sure you check the blog tomorrow for the next RBD Block Challenge block. And I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great week. Stay warm. Bye.